Politico reports, Vivek Ramaswamy cast doubt on the veracity of the government's explanation for the 9/11 attacks, saying he didn't believe the findings of the 9/11 Commission. He said, quote, I don't believe the government has told us the truth. I'm driven by evidence and data. What I've seen in the last several years is we have to be skeptical of what the government does tell us. I haven't seen evidence to the contrary, but do I believe everything the government told us about it? Absolutely not. Do I believe the 9/11 Commission? Absolutely not. I am tremendously impressed from this. They're trying to now claim he's like a 9/11 truther, or it's like the underlying argument. No. That's total BS. If you believe everything the government tells you, you haven't read a history book, not a single one. And I got a bridge to sell you. All he's saying is something simple, and I've said something similar. Why would any reasonable person think the government issued a book explaining one of the greatest security failures in the history of this country? They wouldn't. They would put out something which is somewhat true, but probably has a bunch of gaps in it because they don't want to reveal secrets as to how we got attacked because we don't want it to happen again. Vivek is correct.
You know that there's some comedian who has a bit that's like, you don't need to believe in all conspiracy theories, but you don't believe in any? You think the government's just out here batting 1,000?
We're like,
he talks about like parenting and lying to his own kid. It's great. I wish I could remember his name.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
We're like one Biden mishap away from finding out that aliens did 9/11 anyways.
But the thing is, and I know this was the talking point from last week, but like everyone would be like, okay. I mean, I guess so. I think what's interesting, and I feel like I have to point this out, is like Vivek is establishing the narrative. Like, I don't know the context in which this came up. He was being interviewed and someone asked him explicitly, do you believe in this? Or if he just brought it up on his own in his own interview, which I wouldn't put past him. I think it's interesting that so often, especially on the campaign trail, you get these guys who are like, something's happening at the border wall and I'm going to comment on it. Oh, something happened over here and I'll comment on it. Whereas Vivek is like, I want to talk about this now. Yeah. I'm going to give you my opinion. Like, that's a very bold choice.
How does it even come up that they're like, do you believe 9/11 Commission report? And he's like, no.
If he had been on this show, like it would have been any one of you guys to be like, so let me ask you a question here. What do you think of this?
For sure.
But
yeah,
like,
Ian,
it didn't happen on our show, so I feel like I don't understand the context.
I just want to play a quick snippet from the Whitest Kids You Know. This is a 14-year-old skit, and I want to play a little tiny bit of it.
Okay, thank you for waiting. The president has asked me to come out and make a brief statement about the wire that just went out a couple minutes ago. To make things short, I will just confirm that yes, we do have a moon base, and yes, we are currently experiencing some bear problems. Now, I will open it up if there are any questions.
Mr. Press Secretary,
New York Times.
Yes. I have a 11-part question.
I'm sorry, I only have time for 2.
All right, let me get this straight. So the United States government is admitting that we do have a moon base and that there is a bear problem on said moon base.
Yes, that is correct.
All right, follow-up question. Are you fucking with us?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
No, we are not, and I would like to remind everyone to keep the language civilized. This is the White House.
So he basically then goes on to say, he says stuff like, yes, well, the bear's been an ongoing problem since the wizards were attacking. And then they're like, wizards? And then let me jump right. There's a picture of the bear on the moon. Let me jump to the end here and give you the punchline.
Cycles.
We believe they may be of the...
Just a thought, more of a shot in the dark, but we wouldn't happen to be invading Iran today, would we? You got me.
I fell for it. Yes, exactly. Summed up perfectly 14 years ago by the Whitest Kids You Know.
It's so great because we're experiencing it now. We have this. We're like, oh my God, look at Vivek questioning the 9/11, the specific narrative that the government gave out. He's questioning it in the slightest. But guess what, guys? Aliens.
Hey.
Yep.